Hello, friends, and welcome to Take Two for this Monday, the 8th of February, 2021. I'm Jeannie. I'm so glad that you have decided to come along for the ride. Or maybe drive is a better word today because I want to talk to you a little bit about maps. Now, I have always been a lover of maps. My father was a true lover of maps. I remember when we would be getting ready to go on a trip, wherever it might be, if it involved driving, my father made sure he got those maps in advance. He would go to the automobile club and he would order special maps. And back in those days, pre-GPS, he would get what's called a triptych. If he knew he had to go from point A to point B, he wanted to make sure that he was doing the right thing. So AAA would mail him this triptych, which was actual bits and pieces of road, a map of it with little orange highlights and so on and so forth, and points of interest and that sort of thing. And we would always get excited. Our first trip to Italy, he was going to be renting a car to drive around in Italy. Crazy drivers in Italy that we didn't know that they were that crazy. But anyway, I remember him ordering the triptych and being so thrilled when it came in the mail and we were able to do that. But I have always been a fan of maps, just like my daddy was. And we make sure that we map out things before we go on a trip. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't sometimes take a little bit of a detour or a side road, especially if we see something that's of interest, a museum we may want to see, or maybe we want a tent camp somewhere in a special area or something like that. We don't necessarily, if we don't have to get from point A to point B in like some kind of record time because we have something that we have to be to, we try to linger a little bit and have experiences. Well, I started thinking about how very important a map is, especially when you're going to go to points unknown, places you've never been before. It's very important. And of course, now with global positioning the way it is and GPS, I mean, it's a wonderful advantage that we have because it'll tell you what time you'll approximately arrive there, gas stations along the way, restaurants along the way. You could just pick up your device and say, closest Cracker Barrel to current location. Your closest Cracker Barrel is 37.8 miles from, and you just go, wow, isn't that amazing? So it is nice to know that you could have those things. And it's nice when it's mapped out for you because that's extremely helpful. But I was thinking about another map, and that would be the map of life. It's very important that we keep to a proper roadmap of life. Unfortunately, there are times where we take some detours. We go to areas where maybe a sign is up that says danger, do not enter, or dead end, and we'll go anyway. See, this is not a good thing. If you were driving down a road and you knew that you needed to go from here to here, and this is the road you had to take to get there, and you saw a sign that said danger, do not enter, dead end. And you said, well, I know that's dangerous. I know it's a dead end, but I'm going to go anyway. And you went down. Wow, you could go down a cliff. You could puncture tires. There's any number of things that could happen because you intentionally went down that road. Now, as I said, please listen to me. There are times where we do take little detours for an adventure, good detours. Maybe it might take us a few miles out of our way. Maybe we may end up discovering, oh no, this was a waste of my time. I went all this way because I went to see this museum and I didn't know it was out of business or whatever it might be. That's one thing. But intentionally going down a bad road that you know is dangerous could be very detrimental. And the same thing happens with the roadmap of life. Sometimes that if I go and make that decision, I go down that road, as they say, that's a dead end. I know that if I go that way, it will cause damage to me. I'm the vehicle, and my puncture, I'll see punctures in my tires if I go down that road. Or if I go down that road, I know there's great danger. I may fall into some kind of cliff, a situation that's like a bad cliff that you fall into. So may I encourage you, boys and girls, the same way you use something like this to get you from point A to point B, and it's okay to take a few little detours now and again if you know there's safe ones, okay? I encourage you to think long and hard on the roadmap of life, making wrong turns and going places you have no business going. And let me give you one last little piece of advice about this roadmap of life. We do have a map, an actual tangible map, and it's called the Word of God. So if you need a book to refer to, there you go. You got the Holy Bible, and it will help you in your decision making when you're driving down the road of life. Now listen, go be a blessing to somebody today, okay? You may end up being the only one who is. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler. Hit the subscribe button, that notification bell. I'll notify you every time another Take Two is about to premiere. Okay, I love you very much, okay? I got some planning to do. I think we might be taking a trip soon. All right, you be blessed. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you on Wednesday for Hump Day. I love ya. Bye-bye.